Hey, today we're talking about the top 5 drinks that burn belly fat quickly. And so there are things you can drink that will help speed up fat burning in your body. Let's go through them. Number 1, lemon water. And so lemon water, a lot of people think, number 2 is apple cider vinegar. A lot of people think it's the acidity of the lemon and the apple cider vinegar that actually causes you to burn fat, but it's not. But lemon water has vitamin C. It also has bioflavonoids in it. And the vitamin C and bioflavonoids actually enhance capillary permeability and better oxygenation into the tissues of our body. And when we have better oxygenation, we need oxygen to burn fat for fuel. So when we have poor blood flow to major regions, those areas have to produce their energy through anaerobic metabolism. So they end up burning sugar and they end up creating a lot of lactic acid, a lot of waste products. We want really good oxygen extraction by the cells of our body, and we want deep capillary permeability. Lemon water really helps with that because of the vitamin C and the bioflavonoids. On top of that, lemon water, particularly like a warm lemon water, will enhance all of our digestive juices like stomach acid, bile, pancreatic enzymes, because it activates the vagus nerve, which is our cranial nerve 10 that runs from our brainstem down into our major visceral areas, and stimulates the production of stomach acid, bile, and pancreatic enzymes. And the better we produce those, the better bile, for example, eliminates toxins. And also, the better that we're gonna digest our food and absorb the nutrients in our food, and the less stress we're gonna put on our body. And so lemon's ability to activate the vagus nerve, to activate digestive juice production, and vagus nerve is calming in our body. It's parasympathetic. And so we burn fat well when our body is in a calm position. Even though, we talk about using exercise for fat burning, exercise is a major stressor on the body. It's the recovery from the exercise where we build lean body tissue. That's when we're actually burning fat. And so being in a parasympathetic place a majority of the time actually helps us with fat burning, as opposed to being in fight or flight where we're stressed all the time. In that kind of place, our body's gonna wanna hold on to body fat. So important, lemon water, apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar, as well as lemon water, actually have been both shown when we consume that right before a meal to reduce the glycemic impact of the food that we're consuming, meaning we produce less insulin and our blood sugar doesn't rise as much. Now with apple cider vinegar, the main reason for that is because it's full of postbiotic compounds, things like acetic acid, right, that help nourish our gut microbiome and help basically support the enterocytes, the intestinal cells. And the healthier our intestinal cells are, the more butyric acid they're gonna produce, the more of these short chain fatty acids that they're gonna be able to consume, and they're gonna pull oxygen. We talked about oxygen being important in our bloodstream. We don't want oxygen in our gut. So in our small, large intestine, the deeper we go into our intestinal system, we want less and less oxygen. And so the healthier our intestinal cells, our enterocytes are, the more oxygen they pull out of our intestines. And when they pull that oxygen out, that allows for anaerobic microbes, which tend to be very healthy for our body. And it also activates more diversity of the microbiome. When there's high amount of oxygen in our intestines, that creates an environment for aerobic microbes and less of an environment for these anaerobic microbes, and creates a less diverse microbiome and a more pathogenic and disease-oriented microbiome. So we've got to pull the oxygen out. Apple cider vinegar provides these postbiotics that nourish the intestinal cells so they can pull the oxygen out. Hopefully that makes sense, right? But apple cider vinegar, it's not vinegar that's kind of rusty or liquefying the fat, but instead it's this mechanism of strengthening the enterocytes. And now the enterocytes pull the oxygen out of the gut, which favors a healthy microbiome. A healthy microbiome reduces stress in our body, and now we become a better fat burner because of that. It also activates the vagus nerve, which puts us into that parasympathetic mode like I talked about with lemon water. Number 3 is coffee, and coffee has been shown to activate autophagy, activates what we call the AMPK pathway, which activates autophagy or deep cellular healing. And so drinking coffee can really enhance that. It also is great for liver function and enhances overall liver health and bile flow in our system. So that can be key. Now, of course, with coffee, there's caffeine. And so if we overconsume coffee, we can obviously end up with problems. Same thing if we're consuming too much lemon water, too much apple cider vinegar, we can actually cause tooth, enamel erosion, right? Or we actually break down the enamel in our mouth. So we really only need to do, let's say, 1 to 3 drinks of lemon water, apple cider vinegar every day. 1 to 3 is really all you're gonna need. With coffee, 1 to 3 cups of coffee, depending on how well your body metabolizes caffeine. For some people, they metabolize it really well. They can do 3 cups of coffee in the course of a day. Other people, 1 cup of coffee, is their limit, or they get anxious, they get irritable, they have headaches, they have cravings, all kinds of different problems. So find your threshold, right? 1 to 3 should be enough for you during the course of the day, and of course, cut it off, in the afternoon, right? After, let's say, 3 o'clock, you want to cut off coffee altogether. Green tea. Green tea also has many great benefits for fat burning. A lot of similar functions as coffee, really great for liver function as a whole. It has catechin, polyphenol, antioxidants that are great for cardiovascular system. So it helps support better circulation, better oxygen delivery to the cells, better overall mitochondrial function. It's also got the caffeine component. That caffeine will stimulate autophagy, particularly when it's taken away from meals, right? When there's no other major calories coming in, it's gonna stimulate autophagy, which is where our bodies start to break down old damaged mitochondria, old damaged proteins, and replace them with new healthy stress-resilient proteins, new healthy stress-resilient mitochondria that can produce energy, that can burn fat more effectively for fuel. Ultimately, our fat burning is gonna come down to healthier mitochondria and a healthier gut microbiome. And so the more that we can make our gut microbiome healthy, our liver healthy, as well as really healthy mitochondria in the cells, the better we're gonna burn fat for fuel. So green tea can really help with that. Other herbal teas as well. Things like ginger, dandelion, nettle, burdock, licorice root, right? All these things can be really helpful. I drink a type of tea, it's called Everyday Detox Tea. It has a lot of these herbs. I drink 2 cups of that in the morning, and I drink nighty-night tea at night, which has calming herbs that help me sleep better. So I really enjoy herbal tea. I always make sure I get it organic, and I like the warm beverages in general, and that's really helpful for fat burning, for liver detoxification. You're getting a plethora of these power-packed herbs that really support overall liver function, detoxification, and fat burning. So herbal tea can be really, really helpful as well. And then an added bonus one is amino acids. Most people are not consuming enough protein to maintain healthy, lean body mass. If you're consuming 20 grams or less of protein in a meal, you're not getting enough to really support lean body mass. I recommend 30 to 50 grams of protein or more in a meal. And again, like I said, most people are just not consuming enough protein. And for a lot of people, they have a poor gut microbiome. They're not producing enough stomach acid to really break down the protein they're consuming into these small amino acids that they can use to build lean body tissue. And this is why I like an amino acid drink. I know I have one's called Amino Strong, and this is something I really enjoy using. You can use it pre-workout, post-workout. You can use it almost any time of the day, and it is going to stimulate muscle protein synthesis. We really want, again, when we're consuming a meal, 30 to 50 grams or so of protein to get enough protein, enough amino acids to stimulate muscle protein synthesis, right? But you can use an amino acid drink, and usually 1 to maybe 2 scoops of that will be enough of the leucine and enough of the essential amino acids to give you a great boost in muscle protein synthesis. And the more that we are rebuilding healthy muscle and healthy proteins, the better we're gonna burn fat. So having an amino acid drink available, especially on a day where you're just not getting enough protein, or if you don't feel like you're digesting the protein well, is extremely helpful for helping support fat burning. So hopefully you guys learned a lot from today's video, and we'll see you in a future video training. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out my channel, browse the various videos that I've done on similar topics, and also make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button. That way you get notified whenever I put up a new video training. Thanks so much for being a part of our community here, and I really hope you enjoy the videos that we're putting out on a regular basis. Be blessed.